Hello everybody, I am Somu Kantigiri. Welcome to my channel. Today we will discuss some important MCQs on AutoCAD and related drug. Okay, let's start. The first question is that AutoCADs are differ from hormone in which of the following ways? Okay, option A is AutoCADs are involved only in pathological states. Option B is AutoCADs do not have a specific cell or tissue of origin. Number C is autocodes generally act locally at the site of generation and release, and option D is both B and C are correct. Okay, here the correct option is your both C and D are correct. Let's see the explanation. Okay, what are the autocodes? Okay, autocodes are different chemical substances produced by various cells in the body and generally act locally. Okay, and here the main important point of autocode is that at the site of action, they actually synthesize at the site of action. Okay, autocodes are synthesized at the site of action. Okay, and the main difference between autocodes and hormones are produced generally by specific cells. Autocodes don't. Okay, number 2 point is that hormones act distant target tissues, whereas autocodes act locally. Okay, next the second question is the following conventional H1 antihistaminic has additional appetite stimulating properties. Here four options are there. Okay, among them hydroxyzine. Hydroxyzine is related to your cetirizine. Okay, and fexofenadine. These two are your second generation antihistaminic. Okay, and the left options are your promethazine and cyproheptadine. These two are your conventional H1 antihistaminics. Among them, these two are very, very important. Okay, you have to remember some distinct features about these two drugs. Okay, what are the first? See, what are the conventional antihistaminics? See, conventional antihistaminics antagonize the action of the histamine at the H1 receptor. Okay, and number 2 point is, second point is they can easily penetrate the blood-brain barrier. That is why they are sedative in nature and they are having also anticholinergic effects. Okay, the difference between promethazine and cyproheptadine are promethazine is usually used in Parkinsonism. Okay, and promethazine is having high anticholinergic effect. Okay, whereas cyproheptadine has appetite stimulating effect and is a low anticholinergic effect. Okay, see, if you want to get the PDF, okay, if you want to get the PDF of this lecture in at free of cost, then you can WhatsApp me at this number. Okay, then coming to the next point, most important question, autoreceptor of the serotonergic pharmacology is. Okay, here the right option is your 5-HT1. Okay, see, in case of histamine, the autoreceptor is your H3. In case of epinephrine or norepinephrine, the autoreceptor is your alpha 2 receptor is your autoreceptor. In case of 5-HT or serotonin, your autoreceptor is your 5-HT1. It is very important. Remember this. Okay. Then the next question is Renzapride is a selective agonist of which of the following receptor? Very, very important question. Very, very important question. Option A is 5-HT1A, option B is 5-HT2A, option C is 5-HT3, and option D is 5-HT4. Okay. See the explanation. Right option is your D. Option D. I mean 5-HT4. 5-HT4. Renzapride is selective agonist at 5-HT4 receptor. Okay. See the explanation. Okay, Cisapride, I mean Renzapride is agonist at 5-HT4 receptor. Okay, Sumatriptan is agonist at 5-HT1D 1B receptor. Okay, Azapirone, like bushpirons, okay, they are also agonist at 5-HT1A. Okay, Ketanserin and ondansetron, these two are antagonist. Ketanserin is antagonist at 5-HT2A receptor and ondansetron is antagonist at 5-3 receptor. Okay, next, coming to the next question, the action of the histamine that is not mediated through the H1 receptor. Okay, option A is release of EDRF EDRF means endothelium dependent relaxing factor like NO. Okay. So option A is release of EDRF from vascular endothelium resulting in vasodilation. Option B is direct action on vascular smooth muscle causing vasodilation. Option C is bronchoconstriction. Option D is release of catecholamines from the adrenal medulla. Okay, see the here, see H1 receptor is your GQ protein coupled receptor. Okay, keep in mind this. H1 is your GQ protein coupled receptor and releases calcium 2 plus ion from endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, and the function of the H1 receptors are, okay, in case of smooth muscle they produce contraction, they do contraction. Okay, in case of blood vessels they do vasodilation as nitric oxide and PGI2 are released. Okay, in case of ganglionic cells they do stimulation. Okay, and in case of adrenal medulla they release the catecholamines. So hence the right option is your B, I mean direct action on vascular smooth muscle causing vasodilation. H1 receptor do not produce vasodilation. Okay, that is why this point, this option will be your right answer. Okay, then coming to the next question, histamine exert the following action except. Okay, see option A is dilation of the large blood vessels. Option B is dilation of the small blood vessels. Option C is stimulation of the isolated guineapic heart, and option D is itching. See, histamine produce dilation in case of small blood vessels, not large blood vessels. So that is why here option A will be your correct answer. Okay, see the explanation, histamine causes marked dilation of the smaller blood vessels, not the larger blood vessels. Okay, next coming to the next question, H1 antihistaminics are beneficial in which of the following? See, all type of allergic reaction, certain type 1 allergic reaction, type 4 allergic reaction, and bronchial asthma. See, all of you know that histamine is related to only your type 1 or immediate type of allergic reaction. Okay, that is why here the option B will be your correct answer. Okay, see, histamine so immediate type of hypersensitivity reaction, that is why your B option will be correct. The next question is the second generation H1 antihistaminic have the following advantage except. Very important question. Okay, option A is lack of your anticholinergic side effects. Option B is lack of alcohol potentiating potential. Option C is recipient can drive motor vehicle. Option D is good antipruritic action. Okay, antipruritic action. See, in most interesting point of regarding this question is, in case of conventional H1 antihistaminics, as they are sedative in nature, so patient are advised not to drive motor vehicle. Okay, but in case of second generation, all these are advantage in case of second generation, and the false point regarding second generation antihistaminic is that good antipruritic action. Okay, they do not have this. Okay, so right option is your D. And here some points regarding your second generation antihistaminics, like they do not have CNS depression property and no anticholinergic side effects. These are very much beneficial for your second generation antihistaminics. Okay, next coming to the next question, cetirizine is a metabolite of, very important question, very important question. Cetirizine is a metabolite of which of the following? Okay, levocetirizine, option A. Option B is mesolastin. Option C is hydroxyzine. Option D is fexofenadine. Option D is fexofenadine. Okay, maximum people will tick here levocetirizine, but this is not correct. Hydroxyzine is the correct answer. Okay, see the explanation. Option C, I mean hydroxyzine is correct answer. Levocetirizine is the active enantiomeric form of cetirizine. Okay, and mesolastin is another second generation antihistaminics. Fexofenadine is the active metabolite, is the terfenadine. Okay, it is also important. MCQ also may come from this point. Okay, and cetirizine is a metabolite of hydroxyzine. Okay, coming to the next point, next question. The following 5-HT receptor is not a G protein coupled receptor. Which of the following 5-HT receptor is not a G protein coupled receptor? See, 5-1 is there, 5-2 is there, 5-3 is there, 5-4 is there. Okay, which one will be your correct answer? 5-3 is not a G protein coupled receptor, and see the explanation. All 5-HT receptors are G protein coupled receptor except 5-3. Keep in mind, this is very, very important. Okay, it's a ligand gated ion channel receptor. Okay, and in case of cholinergic pharmacology, nicotinic receptors are also ion channel receptor. Okay, whereas muscarinic receptors are G protein coupled receptor. Okay, keep in mind this. And this is the end of our video. Okay, hope all of you like the video. Okay, and learned well. Please like the video and subscribe our channel. Thank you.